second. In towards Schmeichel. It's Comfort to White York. Cleared. Giggs with a shot. Sheringham! Name on the trophy. Double tonight. Taking on Sergio Ramos. It's a good cross. Gerrard! Irresistible Liverpool. Manchester City are still alive here. Balotelli. Aguero!
Right, so hello and welcome to the first edition of VAR. What is it good for? We are the home team in your ears, music FC even, with the joint managers, myself, Chippy.
And me, Mr. Duckers. Duck and chips, how about that? Is that a meal? Can we go with that?
Chips, yeah, well, I'll have that. For chips and duck. yeah, we can have that. We'll put that as a sub-headline or something.
Anyway, Chippy, how are you doing?
Yeah, very well, thank you, mate. Right, looking forward to this. Looking forward to having a chat with our man Roy over there.
Mr. Roy.
Yeah, who is our Here's the Way team this week. And he's the manager for Bolton Wanderers. How you doing, Roy, mate?
I'm all good, mate. Duck and chips, I like that. You know,
Hey, you're in the wrong job here, Lewis.
Might get you a little mini metro getaway car. Duck and chips.
Get Trotter's automobile.
Is that a delicacy in Bolton, Roy?
Yeah, it might be. Edinburgh.
Yeah. How are you anyway, Roy? Are you good?
I'm all good, mate. Yeah, sounds a pound. Still at work gear, so grafting as usual.
Always grafting.
Getting ready for the new sheds.
So exciting times, mate.
Definitely.
It's very exciting times. Yeah, really exciting.
So what have we got coming up then over the next few months, then, Roy?
Well, we've got a little warm up on the 9th of March at Wax and Beans. It's a free gig. It's sold out in a couple of hours. And then we've got the big one at the Phoenix Part 2, which you two were at.
Phoenix Part 2, yeah.
We've got Mr. Aziz Ibrahim and Mr. Inda Goldfinger playing all the Ian Brown hits. And we've got Mr. MC Tunes as usual. And we've just announced Newcastle and Jenny Dixon supporting us with MC Tunes as well. That's in April. Then we've got the new single out, the new version of Blues on the 23rd of this month. So yeah, all good, all busy.
Fabulous. So obviously, right, the name of the podcast is VAR. What is it good for? What's your views on VAR, eh? Or VAR?
Can't stand it. It's an absolute joke. It's like they turn it into American football, aren't they?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There'll be 15-minute breaks and stoppages and stuff there. You know, what about this blue card stuff and all that? Huh?
Well, we've got that. So come on later on.
But yeah, I don't agree with it. I think there should be controversy in football. I think that's what people talk about. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. Bolton have been robbed a few times, but it is what it is, isn't it? It's a decision, and stick by it, and that's it. And they're taking the fun out of the game, and the controversy out of the game and stuff like that, in my view.
Yeah, couldn't agree more, mate. Couldn't agree more. We're used to human error in football for years, and it's still happening with VAR. You know, they've still got guys in the upstairs, wherever they are, they're doing their thing, and they're still making mistakes.
I know, yeah. So it's not.
They stick 15 minutes now on the end of a game.
And they're drawing them lines on it, and you're still none the wiser.
That's what I mean. It's just complicating things, aren't they? They change the rules every year, bringing different offside, a fingernail and you're offside and stuff like that. It's terrible, isn't it? It's like just let the game flow as it always has done for 100 and whatever years. You know what I mean? There was nothing wrong with it before. Leave it alone.
Here. I'll drink to that, mate.
So we've got a few community points of view on VAR as well. And Steve Hayes from the In Your Ear community says, The reason for bringing it in was fine. However, the implementation and reality is a different matter. Suck the joy out of the game. So, echoing your sentiments there in terms of sucking the joy out of the game, Roy.
Yeah, like I say, how far do you go? You know what I mean? It's like, what are they going to bring in next? You know,
Blue card.
well, yeah.
The blue.
Like I say, you're adding 10, 15 minutes sometimes on a game, you know what I mean? Because of these stupid decisions, and it's just mad. There's just no, there's still no, don't know. It's mad, isn't it? Every game, they're still making mistakes on every game and stuff like that. And it's just like, it's just a complete waste of money and time in my eyes.
Yeah, I agree. Well, there was two penalty decisions over the weekend, weren't there?
Yeah.
I can't remember. I had it right now, but I can't remember the game now off the top of my head. But with two handballs, and they were given these handballs, and they were ridiculous decisions. I think because it's this new rule in the game. It was handball in the box, so you're not looking which way you're not supposed to be looking. Penalty. VAR madness.
Yeah, it's crap.
Get rid. It's crap.
Get rid.
Let's call it shit, right? Let's call it what it is, mate. It's shit.
Crap.
So, of course, VAR's always a talking point, and we've got another couple of talking points over the last few weeks. And, well, in fact, I was having a look at how many trophies he's won, but he's leaving. It's Jurgen Klopp. And when I was looking at how many trophies he's won, I've also found out that his middle name, go on, Roy, you're never going to guess what Jurgen Klopp's middle name is. Right, I'll give it you. I can tell from the anticipation of your face, but I'll give it you. It is Jurgen Norbert Klopp. Are you having that one?
Norbert. Sounds a band, isn't it?
Yes.
Good name for a band, that, Norbert.
Well, so like a proper German name, isn't it? Norbert.
Norbert.
I thought that's the name they used to call like kids when they were in a bit of a divvy, aren't you, Norbert?
Not in Bolton. Might be a Blackpool thing, that Chip Star.
Yeah, it might be, mate. Might be. Yeah, so what do you think about Klopp going in there, Roy? What do you think about his decision?
I don't know. He's obviously got something else lined up. There's rumours about the German job, isn't there? You know what I mean? He's got
I was thinking that, yeah.
Plus the Real job might be coming up, you know what I mean? So everyone's got ambition, haven't they? You know what I mean? But they funded him right as well, you know. Has he asked for a couple of players this year and they've said no? You don't know from that side, do you? You know what I mean? And he looked visibly upset when he was saying it. You could see it in him and you can see his passion, but everyone has the time, doesn't they? You know what I mean? And I think it's just run its course now.
Yeah,
but he signed lately, didn't he?
Pardon?
He signed a new contract last year as well, so
yeah, he's
that.
He did also just touching on the like the possibility of like the German job and the Real Madrid, but he has made a promise apparently, hasn't he, to Liverpool fans that he won't manage another football club.
It's got to be international then, hasn't it?
That's a big statement because he's a big manager. I'll give him a couple of years, or not even. I'll give him a year out of the game, and they'll be pissed off. He'll come back in.
Oh, definitely. He's
too big of a character, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got plenty more years left in him. He's still only young for a manager, really, isn't he? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Relatively, yeah. When you look at Mr. Palace, well, he's about 140 now, isn't he, Roy?
Something like that, yeah.
The old boy, bloody hell, he's been around for years, hasn't he?
Yeah.
And fair play to him, though. Fair play to him managing Premier League footballers at, what is he, about 74?
He's something like that, isn't he?
Tell you what.
I say if you're fit enough and your mind's still there, why not? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You've still got knowledge, haven't you?
Absolutely.
So he was born in 1947, apparently, Roy Hodgson.
47, so what's 53? Yeah. Was that 79?
That's as old as your underpants, that Chippy, huh?
It must mean he's 76 then.
Well, I think we're done this episode now. I think we're about done now. Thanks very much for joining in.
Cheers, see you later.
See you later, mate.
Oh, dear.
And also, so talking about managers in the Prem just in general, and I don't know what you two think about this, but I've been thinking like there's not been as many sacks this year. Like we're in Feb now, and we're halfway through Feb, and like the Sheffield United manager's gone on here. He's been changed, and I'm struggling to
Wilder, is it that's coming?
Yeah, so Wilder came in, didn't he, and replaced Heckingbottom. And has there been any more? There might have been one or two, but certainly not as many as usual.
No, you know what? I meant to have a look at this earlier. Is who?
I think they're just running out of people for a point now. That many got sacked last year and year before.
Oh, there's the Forest fellow as well, aren't they? Cooper.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Cooper,
So,
he got sacked, didn't he?
I think that's it. I can't think of any others.
So, yeah, I think there's probably been two that have been sacked. I mean, like you say, Roy, like people like Allardyce and Pulis, they're probably saying, no, we're not in for it this time. We're not coming out and having half a bit of fun or something. I tell you, who has just gone into the Scottish Premier League, though, and he seems to keep doing this, and he's in his 70s. Warnock, he seems to like a little job round about January or February, doesn't he, until the end of the season?
Keeps doing it, doesn't he? Keeps doing it. He's a character, isn't he?
Oh, I love him. Absolutely love him.
Well, he was manager of Bury.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
When my old mate Danny Swales, he when he started off at Bury, Warnock was the manager then, and he couldn't stand him. He hated him.
I've got a story about
that. Managers, isn't he?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I was once a ball boy at Bury when Warnock was a manager.
Well,
yeah, against Tranmere, and they were John Aldridge was their manager.
Right.
Yeah, John Aldridge, that's a name, isn't it?
John Aldridge.
That
would have been about 94, 95, that I bet.
Yeah, probably was, yeah.
Right, okay. So, right, mate, you mentioned this one earlier, Roy, and we're going to have a little chat about the blue card. I can see the look on your face already. So,
that's
it all, really.
When's it going to end? It's just like, what are they going to have cheerleaders coming on 20 minutes and performing at half time? You know what I mean? And it's just getting a bit beyond the joke now, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do they still have them at Palace, the old cheerleaders? Because they used to have them on it.
They had them at Bolton at one point, the Reebok. They had them at half time and before game and that. I don't know if they still got them now, but it's just like, come on, man. Play football.
I know. I was having a conversation with my brother the other night because he's a big rugby fan. So he sees the benefits, like this yellow card sin bin thing.
Yeah.
That was all for him, because that respect for the referees in rugby has been there for years and years. No, if you say anything to the ref in rugby, it's one word and the ref's like, nope, off you go. Go on, go away.
Yeah.
No, but it's never been that in football. Well, for years.
They're a different breed, aren't they? The rugby lad, they're 18 stone mad people, and they get trodden on and start laughing, don't they? You know what I mean? Yeah. These get the shoelace trodden on, and they're rolling 5 meters across the pitch, aren't they? You know what I mean? And
takes a lot of skill, that though, Roy.
Pardon?
Takes a lot of skill, that though.
I know. Some of these times it's comical, isn't it? You know what I mean?
You get 100 grand a week for doing that. Fucking hell.
I watched that Fernandez yesterday for United. Oh, God, he needs his undies kicking right up his ass. It's just like, come on, man. You know what I mean? Shape up.
What do you think, Lewis, for the old blue card? You think it'll work?
Well, you know something, Chip, I was thinking about this, and I totally agree with you in terms of the refs in rugby. I think they could, footballers really could learn a little bit from the rugby guys. I know you're always going to get a little bit of argy-bargy and stuff, but I think if the ref was mic'd up, it might help in terms of his authority because you'd understand what was being said. But the blue card, no, I'm not having it. I'm not having it. You wouldn't know who was on the pitch, who was off the pitch. You wouldn't know when if a substitute was coming on, if it was a geezer coming back from the sin bin.
Yeah. Could you imagine these players playing in the 70s on the pitches they did? And
yeah,
you know what I mean, in the snow with a yellow ball, orange ball, you know what I mean? And that's unheard of and unthought of now, you know what I mean?
Yeah, kicking lumps out of each other and getting having a pint at the end of the game with each other.
Yeah.
Proper football. All right, so that's that. I don't think there's that much else to say really about the blue card because I don't think there's going to be many people that are going to be fans of that.
Chuck it in the bin, I say.
Chuck it in the bin. So look at the current table as it stands. So obviously we got the Liverpool at the top, City, Arsenal, and Tottenham. That's the top four. Are we going to see any changes with that? Do we think?
I think City will ride it. I think it'll go to the wire, but I think City's squad in it. you can't leave beyond their squad. It's just amazing, isn't it? You know what I mean? Whoever they bring in, it's
Ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their bench would be most other teams like first 11. It's ridiculous.
It's madness, isn't it? You know what I mean? And, I don't think you can look past it.
I don't know. I've got a little sneaky that Arsenal, because Arsenal are coming good at the moment. They looked so good against West Ham. That could have been a cricket score.
I know, yeah.
6-0.
They were phenomenal. Literally every time, like the attack, right, they look like they're going to score. It's crazy.
They struggle though against the bigger teams, don't they? You know, they struggle against the top sides, Arsenal. You know what I mean? And whereas City will grind it, they'll play bad and grind a draw out, or they'll grind a 1-0 out. You know what I mean? While they're away on a Tuesday night down at wherever, Brentford or whatever. And I just don't think Arsenal can grind things like that out. You know what I mean? They look good when they're doing that against a poor West Ham side yesterday. It was terrible.
Yeah, they were poor, to be fair.
Yeah,
I think like Arsenal, they score goals. I mean, like they've got 6 goals yesterday, and they get them from all over the pitch. But I don't think I think they're just going to miss having that sort of number 9. Like City have got Haaland. I know he's been injured, but is he still top of the goal scoring charts, even though he's had a couple of months out?
Like I said, but they just got De Bruyne back. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
It's just madness. You know.
We all reckon City then, do we? All ready for City for the...
I think so. It's City and then Liverpool, I think, then Arsenal.
Yeah. I reckon City.
My top 3, that.
What about your top? Because it's 4 in it. Champions League is the 4. So who's your number 4?
I won't write these United off. I won't write them off.
No?
I won't write them off. So, United
I think I'd go as there. I think Tottenham will there. Tottenham are looking. I mean, I know that they got the old phrase like they're a bit Spursy. Well, they've been digging out some results recently. But normally, right? I mean, they got, was it 1-0 down at Brighton at the weekend, and they're getting played off the park. I mean, they dug it out 2-1 last minute winner. We all love a last minute winner, don't we? Nothing better in football.
Well, that used to be United all the time. I think it's Bolton.
Well, you can when your last minute winner now can be about the 120th minute, can't
I know, yeah. It's not the 90th now, is it? It's the 8 plus 6 or whatever, you know what I mean? So
I did see a game yesterday. I think it was in the Serie A in Italy, and it was like a goal in the 113th minute.
It's just a joke, isn't it? Come on, man.
What's that? Yeah, 23 minutes extra time. Where did you get that from? Did they like nip out to Chippy or something? Get some kind of bag of chips in. Wow, mate.
Oh, dear.
But yeah, what about being relegated?
I think Sheffield United are gone, and I think Burnley, as much as they're a local side, and I'd like to see them stay up, I think they're gone as well. Everton, Luton, Forest, Palace. I think Brentford.
I think Forest, me.
Yeah, do you know? Well, that's what I was looking at there.
I'd love Everton. Everton have scabbed it and it last 10 years, really.
Yeah, so we were literally just saying the same thing before you came on.
It's just like every single year, Everton, they start off well and then it's just doom and gloom, isn't it? And
yeah.
No, it's either Everton or Forest for me, with them two, what you've just said.
Yeah, I'd love Luton to stay up.
Yeah, I'd love Luton to stay up.
Yeah, like a little 11,000. See a little
it's mad that ground.
It's mad, isn't it? Literally like that front row of fans, right? Literally right on top of the players.
Yeah.
I love that. Proper old football ground.
Don't you go like past someone's back garden and above it?
Back garden, straight through,
Yeah, it's mad. It's like you go through somebody's ginnel or something, don't you?
Yeah. Put away and
proper 80s ground, isn't it?
Yeah, old school.
It reminds me of the old Bloomfield Road when it's falling down. It's absolutely shit all, but I loved it.
Yeah, that was like Burnham Park. I loved it. Absolutely.
Their co-op in the corner.
Well, the Normid, the Normid.
Yeah.
I remember it before then as well, with the big embankment and that.
With a few days. Well, we'll talk about your Bolton in a bit. That's it. Then, come and tell me any more thoughts on that?
Yeah, I do reckon Forest as well, because I think, well, probably like you guys have said, I'd love Luton to stay up, and I reckon Everton will just have too much in the end.
Yeah. Fingers crossed. So yeah, and we got the old Champions League back as well. Coming up, always excited. All the old Champions League.
What are your thoughts then, guys? Who do you reckon could win it? Go on, Chips. Who do you reckon could win it this year?
It's difficult to look past the usual suspects, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like obviously City, Madrid, Bayern. And it's very hard.
Do you reckon City can retain the crown though? Because I mean, obviously, like you say, they've looked good in in the qualifying, but it's difficult, isn't it, to retain it? Not many people do that. But if
not many people do that,
you won't bet against Pep and the boys.
They've certainly got the squad to do it, haven't they?
I think Bayern are looking mint me a moment. Bayern,
and
I think it's been a masterstroke for them. You know what I mean? But it's a different league playing in Champions League than it is in Germany. You know what I mean? So we'll soon see.
They might have bugged that up though, might they? By signing Eric Dier. That's a mad one. They're not who saw that one coming.
I think they just brought him over for mate Harry Kane's tea, haven't they? You know what I mean?
Yeah, bringing some jelly deals.
He weren't bad for England in that Dier. You know what I mean? He did all right, and then suddenly went underpants, didn't he, for a bit?
Yeah. That's a good description.
Yeah, I think Bayern. I fancy Bayern this year.
Yeah, they're a decent outfit, but they got battered at the weekend though, didn't it? By was it Leverkusen?
Yeah, I just think I don't know. I just think that Champions League, just a different incentive for a minute.
Yeah,
you know,
not won it for a while, have they?
No, but don't like I say, never write City off. And Madrid as well with Bellingham. That Bellingham's on fire. He's best player in the world, him.
Oh, he's fantastic.
Quality player, isn't he?
Fantastic. I'm just glad he's he's one of those our young players that we haven't ruined. I just
hope we don't ruin him. You know what I mean? We ruined Gascoigne. We ruined Gerrard and Lampard and all them, and Beckham we ruined. You know what I mean? Don't ruin this guy. You know what I mean? He's best player in the world.
I've got a question for you though, Roy, on that. So I get what you're saying there about Gaza and players who've gone before, but do you reckon Bellingham being out there in Madrid, not having to face the English media every day?
The English media, yeah, that's what it is.
Do you reckon that could help him?
Definitely, 100%. You know, just look at Beckham after the World Cup. You know, on that documentary, I was one of them. You know what I mean? At the time, you look back and you think, oh my God, you know what I mean? And they ruined him. And now how he didn't slit his wrist after that, I'll never know watching it back.
Yeah.
Same with Gascoigne. You know, he had his problems but they can't wait to get on them, can they? You know what I mean? It's every little scrutiny now, every little move in it.
Yeah.
Like
good news doesn't sell, does it? So they've always got to try and dig the
they've always got to get the bad news in that. But did Gascoigne give a shit? I don't think he did. You know, he were a throwback to Frankie Worthington's days, wasn't he? You know,
certainly was.
Proper. There's not enough players like that for me these days as well. You know what I mean?
The Mavericks.
Well, the old Mavericks, aren't they? That's what they are.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who do you reckon's probably closest then? Let's just have a look in the Premier League. Who would you say is probably the closest to a Maverick these days? Like, say someone like a Grealish, maybe.
Yeah.
Not consistent enough, I don't think. He's just not consistent, is he?
I think it's very difficult these days to pick out a Maverick. You know, there's not many what I call like individuals. You know, really, they're all when they're out there on the pitch, 11 against 11. You know, they're all playing, but there's not many players out there these days that really stand out like, week in, week out. I can't. I mean, like Grealish, I suppose. Like I say, but he's not consistent. Foden,
yeah.
But
Foden's
he's got that little bit of craziness to them.
Yeah,
like a Cantona, he can be a genius. Right? You don't know whether he's going to kick the ball in there or he's going to jump in the stands and batter somebody. Nobody like that these days.
Grealish has got a bit of that, but he's just not consistent enough for me. You know what I mean? And probably not getting enough game time as well. You know, he's a bit.
Would you like to see him punch more people?
Pardon?
Would you like to see him punch more people?
Yeah, just wrap them around people and that. Get him in a bit of
a few people like rip his hairband out.
Yeah.
Right, I think it's time we had a bit of music. First off, we're going to kick off with my tune. Obviously, as we've got Roy from the Brilliant Shed Project on, I've chosen the album track name. I can't get my teeth in. But anyway, it is Our Fear Is Their Power. And I've chosen that because I think it's just for today's, the way we're all living, the way society is at the moment, I think this tune just nails it on the head what everybody's thinking. But obviously, there's not a lot of people that are standing up against him. And I think Roy's done it fantastically with this tune. So, yeah, Our Fear Is Their Power by the Shed Project. This is the point, right? I'm going to disappear out of the room now for 10, 15 minutes. So I'm going to have to listen to Roy talk about his beloved Bolton Wanderers, his early memories, his favourite games. Obviously, right, everybody who's a football fan will know what Bolton are famous for. It's for losing the cup final against Blackpool in 1950. Greatest cup final that was ever made.
Oh, dear.
Over to you, Roy. Let's have some stories, mate.
I always
remember your first game?
My first game on my own, as a going on my own with my mates was v Bury on Boxing Day in 1986 at Burnham Park. I think we lost 3-1. Still got the programme somewhere as well. It was Boxing Day 1986. That was the first game. I was 10-year-old, and that was the first game I went with my mates. And I remember it clear as day. And the embankment was still on then, and I think there was about 3,000 there.
Yeah,
and I think it was in Division 4 as well, the old Division 4.
Those are the days, mate.
When we got relegated. I think Aldershot relegated us that year. But yeah, I grew up watching them in the lower leagues, and brilliant, great times, Robbie Savage, Mark Kane, Tony Philliskirk, Robbie, brilliant players, Steve Thompson, Barry Cowdrell, just ace. And then I remember when the Normie got built as well, it was Save Our Wanderers. They were collecting money and that, and then Normie come in at last minute, asked could they build that, and then but then Bruce Rioch come in, one of my heroes, Bruce. He just totally changed the club around, the players he bought, and just his mentality, really. And they were great days, them getting promoted from Division 3, Division 2, up to Division 1 then, and then going into the Prem, because it changed to the Prem then and stuff like that. But yeah, great days, really good days on Burnt Park. Remember, I used to do a milk round, a paper round, and I used to get me £5 and me £2.50, and it was £1.20 to get in on the Burnham Terrace, and then just hop into town and go to McDonald's and stuff like that. Great memories, really good memories.
You do all that with about £3 in your pocket.
I know, yeah, it's madness.
I used to go out with a £5 in my pocket. I'd come home, I'd have half a dozen beers. I'd be pissed up. I'd go to the football.
Well, that's true, though, isn't it? It's true.
Yeah.
You should do, you know what I mean? And
these young'uns, mate, they'll have no idea.
Look at us there, we're showing our age.
I used to go to Bury for a kid a quid.
I know, yeah, it's mad.
Yeah.
It's mad. And what is it now? I think it's 25 quid in the lower league. You know what I mean?
Yeah. 20 quid where you sit at Blackpool is 20 or 25 quid.
Yeah. It's
occasionally 22. It's mad. It's a money game now, isn't it?
Yeah. But like I say, I'm more of a Burnham Park man myself. When they moved up to the Reebok, I used to go up, but I was more away games and stuff like that, you know what I mean, going out with the lads, going on the piss. But yeah, I've seen some amazing players, and then obviously then Big Sam took over and just transformed us. The players he brought, and then getting into Europe and stuff like that, and going on them Jolly Boys, and just amazing times for a small club like us.
Which would you say, Roy?
Pardon?
I was just going to say, Roy, which was your best away day in Europe, if you've got one?
I think it was Atletico Madrid, because I was on the front page of the Bolton Evening News. Have you seen these men? And I've got the picture and I've got the paper, and it's me and my mate, and I'm just about to boot a seat, like. A few of my family saw it and recognised me straight away. I must have had about 100 phone calls that day, but I never got caught for it. Touch wood. I probably will now. I'll just touch my fridge there. But yeah, it would have been Atletico Madrid. What a mad night that were. But yeah, I've had millions of. I've been Wembley loads of times and stuff like that. Playoffs, and Reading at the playoffs were brilliant when we come back. I think that was 96. But yeah, man, amazing times. One of the best nights of my life watching Bolton was at when we beat Liverpool in 92 in the FA Cup. John McGinley and Andy Walker and David Lee teaming up that night. So yeah, I've been all over the place watching them.
Yeah, you've had some players over the years, mate, haven't you?
Oh man, when Allardyce
really
come in,
like
the who's who of misfits, but it works, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And to get a Kocher and Djorkaeff and Elka as well, and it's just madness. And Kevin Nolan, a great servant for us. That's another one who's just popped in my head now. I'm going to have to write it
down. We might give you a couple of subs.
Yeah, I've got a few subs here. But yeah, just great days from where I started watching them in Division 4 and then to being in Europe and in the Premier League. And I think there was a story when Allardyce left, he was after somebody. I think it might have been Canu or something like that. And they wouldn't give him the money because they didn't want to get in the Champions League because they reckon it had cost them too much money or something. And that's why Allardyce left. And you know what I mean? If they'd have given the money, we probably could have got in the Champions League that season. But
like you say, it probably wasn't much money in it those days. Because I mean, because obviously the Champions League now, the money's in there. It's ridiculous, and it's a ridiculous amount of money.
yeah.
Like Leeds are a prime example. They overspent, didn't they, a few years back?
Yeah, I understand that, but we had
yeah.
our pants pulled down by Gartside and all that as it unravelled after when Sam left. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They got Megson in. Megson weren't that bad. Just the fans hated him. The fans hated him.
Same at Blackpool, mate. Horrible little ginger bastard. Nobody liked him.
And then we got Owen Coyle in, who just totally destroyed the club, and then Neil Lennon, and it just got worse and worse. Dougie Freedman. And but I'm glad he's stable now, you know what I mean, with Ian Evatt and the new owners and stuff like that. Because
that makes me cry, mate, when you say his name.
Yeah, well, you're at Blackpool.
He's a legend. He was an absolute legend. There were not people that at Blackpool, we wanted him as our manager a couple of years ago.
Yeah, he's doing really well.
Yeah, great player, great manager.
The owners have stabilised the club because, like I say, I think we were 2 days from going under ourselves, like Bury. You know what I mean? It's sad. It's tragic.
Really?
And
was it that close?
Oh yeah, it was a day. It was that was it. If we didn't have so much money by this day, and that was it, boom, we would have been over and done with. And how all the like Macclesfield, Bury, teams like and clubs of long tradition, how the Premier League can't help them clubs out with what 50 grand, 100 grand to keep on the floor or whatever is just a joke.
Absolutely.
It shows the gulf in money and power in between Premier League teams, Champions League teams, and the lower league teams. You know what I mean?
But like you say, like the big teams, I bet there's not many of the big teams where none of the players are under 100 grand a week.
Oh, I know, yeah.
And if they can't throw 50 grand over to Bury or something, just to, like I say, because I mean, there's clubs like ours, like the Blackpools, the Boltons, the Berries. I mean, that's where the grassroots football. That's where a lot of these players that have been playing in the Premier League and have been successful. This is where they all start.
Well, these should be feeder clubs for the big clubs, you know what I mean? They should be doing players at our clubs and then putting them through to the big boys. But this, like I say, I think I read somewhere that about 40 or 50% of clubs in the country are on the edge of financial ruin anyway. You know what I mean? They're just making a profit, they're making a loss, and you know what I mean. How long can that go on for? You know, there should be a like a scheme or a share of wealth for if somebody is in trouble, they get pulled out of trouble, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think instead of spending all this time thinking about more ways how they can ruin the game.
Yeah, well, that's what they're doing.
Their heads together and let's see how we can save the game.
Let's see how we can save these old clubs and better the game for the grassroots, because that's where it starts anyway. The grassroots, doesn't it?
A lot of these, like you say, a lot of these football teams, like they're the heart of the community.
Yeah, of course they are. Yeah, and a lot of these clubs like us at Bolton, they put them onto these industrial estates outside of town and that, and they're no longer in the community. Some of the clubs, you know what I mean? They're on the outskirts of town and stuff like that. And like I say, is it for the good? Is it for the better? I don't think so.
Yeah. What about you, Lewis? Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think that prize money in football, like within the country, should be sort of as it's collated. There should be a pot where prize money is donated, and then if clubs in serious trouble, then you know that said club can be helped out. I mean, obviously, I know there's been owners over the years who have abused rules and regulations and things, and obviously maybe that's a separate matter. But you know, if a club is genuinely in trouble, I think you should certainly be looking to try and help them out. And
I think there's a bigger thing about vetting owners now, isn't there? There's a lot more room to play now, you know what I mean, which weren't there. So that's for the good of the game, you know what I mean? Because any Tom, Dick and Harry can say they've got 200 million quid and they've got nothing, you know what I mean? Michael Knight, remember him at United in
Yeah.
1989, I think it was. And
Yeah.
he said he had all that money and whatever, and doing kick-ups on pitch and all that, and he didn't have a pop, did he? Good on him, man.
Yeah, I think I might have got that myself.
Oh, man.
Just say, yeah, no, I'm gonna buy such and such club. Take my picture on the pitch, kick a ball around.
I know, yeah, and then tell them you got nothing.
Yeah. Well, there's been like players that have done that as well, aren't there? I can't remember. There's a guy. I can't remember. I should have researched his, but it's just coming to my head. He applied.
There's a guy at Bolton called Bassini, and he turned up at Reebok.
I think this is what I'm thinking of. Yeah.
Yeah, demanded to be let in, and he said he's got a check there for X amount of million quid and all that, and it turned out
that's him. Yeah.
Bassini. But yeah, man.
What a nutters.
And Roy, what do you think about the new name of the stadium? Or I know it's been probably about 12 months now, but the old Tough Sheet.
You know, but it's always the Reebok to me, that, you know what I mean? And
it is to me.
We still call it the Reebok, the old school people and what have you, but I've just never fell in love with the Reebok because you get brought up on Burnham Park and the atmosphere there, and I just love old school clubs, you know what I mean? I love traditional old school clubs, and I don't think that'll ever leave me, you know what I mean?
Yeah, there are some of these sponsors. Isn't one of them called like the Wham Bar Stadium or something? Is it Doncaster?
I think that's Doncaster, yeah, something like that.
I think it is, yeah.
It's mad, absolutely mad.
Yeah.
So that's like we keep touching on. It's all about the money, isn't it? Whoever comes in with the most money.
It's all about, isn't it? It's all about money. Everything in life's about money, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm surprised it's not like a Jorex Stadium or something. Or
probably will be next year. You know what I mean?
I believe you got like a little quiz for Roy Lewis.
Well, I have. I think I've got it together. I don't know all of the answers, so we're going to give it a go. We're going to roll with it. If you give me an answer right, it's probably going to be right anyway. So we'll just we'll work on that theme. How about that one?
Yeah.
Okay, then. So, top goal scorers in Bolton Wanderers history. I'm going to give you the number one top goal scorer, and that is Nat Lofthouse, club legend.
We're just going to say that.
So I want to know. I'm going to give you a name of another club legend. I want to know where he appears on the list. Okay, so Nat Lofthouse, number one. This man, John McGinley, where is he in the higher echelons of Bolton all-time top scorers?
Number three.
Ooh, number three. Oh, you're wrong, Roy, unfortunately, mate. He is number 10.
Get out of it.
Number 10. Number 10.
Bloody hell.
Okay, so with that in mind, I'm going to give you a couple of bonus points if you can tell me. So we'll go like within how close you can get. But how many do you reckon that Lofthouse got? And he played for Bolton from 1946 to 1960. How many goals do you reckon he got?
I should know this. I should fucking know this.
Well, that's he's having to think. I'm gonna go with 298.
Interesting.
340.
340. Okay, yeah. So closest is Chippy. In fact, very close. So 285 goals.
285.
Yeah. And I tell you what, we're going to do this again with John McGinley, and you can both have a guess, and let's see who's closest there. So, John McGinley, how many goals did he get for the mighty Wanderers?
156.
Okay, and Chippy?
123.
Chippy's done you again, Roy. 118.
Are you sure you're not a Bolton fan, you Chips?
Absolutely not, mate. Absolutely not.
McGinley's one of my heroes as well.
Oh,
I mean, all-time life heroes.
Okay, then.
Go for 3 out of 3.
The next question is, in fact, you can both play this one as well. So, moving on to just Premier League all-time Premier League score. So it's Premier League era. Who's the top goal scorer in the Premier League era for Bolton Wanderers?
I go Kevin Nolan.
Kevin Nolan over from Chippy.
Anelka.
Ooh, Kevin Nolan. or Anelka? None of you are correct.
Oh,
The answer is Kevin Davis.
Davis.
Yeah,
I thought
Kevin Davis.
he was class,
I
Davis.
forgot about him.
Now, interestingly, Kevin Davis got 68 goals in the Prem for Bolton. Now, Chippy, you were closest again, because Kevin Nolan was number 2, and he got 39.
He used to take friends in that, Nolan, that's why.
Yeah, he did. So,
Great
Roy,
player.
you said Anelka. He came 5th on the list, and the real surprise, the 3rd highest goal scorer for Bolton Wanderers in the Premier League, Matty Taylor.
Taylor was a great player. Very underrated player, Matty Taylor.
Matty Taylor.
Left-footed lad, weren't he? Remember right?
Yeah, played for Portsmouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
Great player.
Okay, then. So, the highest ever recorded attendance for the Bolton game is actually, when I can find it, it was your so your highest ever attendance for a Bolton game was, I believe, the EFL trophy match. And that was when you won it. So you won the EFL trophy last year at Wembley. 79,389 people got down to Wembley to see that. It's amazing, isn't it?
Wow.
Yeah, I was one of them.
So it's the highest attendance at an EFL trophy match. And I think it's also the highest attendance out of what we'd say maybe classed as a Bolton home match. I mean, obviously, I know there might have been more, if they played away, mind you. I don't know if there'd be more than 79,000. Anyway, right? So the highest attendance at an EFL game, 79K. The highest attendance at a Burnden Park match, right? Give it me.
It was
the closest wins.
54,000, and it was against City in the cup, wasn't it?
Right, that's Roy's answer.
Oh, he sounded pretty confident there. What's he saying? 54,000?
Saying 54.
I'm going to say 54,001. No. I'll go for 51.
Right. Roy gets the points. Andy gets 2 points because he was the closest. It was 69,912.
Right.
But Roy gets a bonus point because absolutely correct against Manchester City in the FA Cup.
Well done, Roy.
And that was actually the 5th round.
Was it around 1953 or something?
1933, even earlier. The 5th round. Okay then, guys. So the next question is, so good that he named him twice. JJ, from which club did you sign JJ Alcacha?
Oh. They're playing green.
That's his national team, Nigeria.
No, they have.
Super Eagles.
No.
I can't think who it was.
No. Okay, that's a pass from Chippy.
We're at a German side. Or we're at a Turkish side.
Or was it a French one?
No.
Was it an Italian one?
It's either a German side or a Turkish side.
I've got to stop you there now. I've got to really stop you because you said a German side, Roy, and then you said, oh, was it a Turkish? And then Chippy goes, oh, a French one. Well, it's 3 consecutive previous clubs. He signed him from France. Prior to that, he played in Turkey. And prior to that, he played in Germany.
well, we knew that. We knew that, obviously.
So you signed him from Paris Saint-Germain.
Paris Saint-Germain, yeah.
And prior to that, he played for Fenerbahce and Frankfurt in Germany.
Frankfurt. Yeah.
PSG to Bolton, eh?
I can't do that, but I got it in the wrong order.
Okay, then. The final question is, Per Franson, Bolton legend.
Who's decorated his house?
Oh, there you go, Roy. What did he like? Was he a dado rail man or?
He was sounds a pound, but a really quiet guy. Really quiet guy.
Brilliant. Okay, and so for the last question, with whom did he play his international football?
Denmark.
Correct, Mundo. Well, there we go. That brings to the end the quiz. And well, you both got some decent points there, and it was a good laugh.
Was it?
Nice one.
Never mind, it was good laughing. What no way won.
Oh, Chippy! Do you know
I got the bonus, didn't I?
Yeah, we got to give it to Roy. Then.
I reckon.
Let's have a
Roy-
draw there, Chipster.
Yeah.
Let's have a draw.
Yeah, go on then. Well, no, I'll be the gentleman on it, mate. You can take the wings. You got the bonus point. You got the City thing, which is quite
Yeah,
impressive,
brother.
really.
I reckon a score draw.
Score draw, 2-2.
Go draw. We have some more music, Lewis.
Yeah. So, Roy, I'm going to choose now. We know that you, well, you know how I feel about I've Got the Blues. I think I chose it as my song of last year, and can't wait to hear the new version as well. I think it's going to be stunning and blow everyone away. But the reason I'm going for this one, and it's because of a post when you put I've Got the Blues, you said it's going to be the final single. And I was surprised because there's a song on the album that I really think deserves a sort of moment as well. And it's a completely different feel, but it's naughty, and it's just like, this is old school, this is down dirty, naughty by name, naughty by nature. And yeah, it's just straight to the dance floor. So we've got to turn it up loud, get our dancing shoes on, and this is Naughty by the Shed Project.
Can I lend you real? Have you got the gear? Have you got the stuff? Yeah, I'm feeling rough. Just a cheeky line, pick up all the time. Is it really worth it? Snip it up and cuss it. Why do you need that drug?
asked you to pick your all-time Bolton 11, and do you want to share that one with us?
I'm going to go for manager. I'm going to go for Bruce Rioch instead of Big Sam. Everyone would think Big Sam. I just think Rioch changed things around for us. I think he should be credited with how we got to the Prem and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Bruce Rioch. He buggered off to Arsenal, like, left us in the shit with Colin Todd. But I just think Bruce Rioch as manager, just edging Mr. Allardyce. In goal, Jääskeläinen, greatest keeper we've ever had. Left back, Ricardo Gardner, Jamaican international, class. Right back, I'm going to go for Bruno Ngotti because we've had some poor right backs over the years, Nicky Hunt and that, but Ngotti, one of my favourite players. And then Gudni Bergson, the Iceman, and Alan Stubbs in the centre of defence.
Stubbs, yeah.
Stubbsy.
Great, great. I think we sold him to Everton, didn't we? To Stubbs, yeah.
I tell you what, Roy, right? I'm playing along with you here because I did mine and it'll pale into insignificance compared to yours, but I completely forgot about Bruno Ngotti. So
Ngotti were class.
Oh, what a player. He was a monster.
We got him from Marseille.
Brilliant player.
And then on the right, I'm going to go for Jason McAteer.
Yeah.
And then in the middle, Djorkaeff with Fernando Hierro. He only did one season for us, but wow. I watched him, and it's just like watching a painter paint pictures, you know what I mean? No matter who was with him or near him, he just had so much time and space, and one of the greatest players I've ever seen live, Fernando Hierro. And then Koch on the left, and then up front, it's got to be Anelka and Lofthouse up front. That's what I've gone for up front.
You're surprised there's no Gary Speed in there, Roy.
He's on my subbench speed off.
Yeah.
Along with Campo, Alan Thompson, Keith Brannigan.
Thompson, yeah.
And then Super John McGinley, my hero, my all-time hero. And then Frankie Worthy, the king.
The king of the Mavericks as well.
Well, I see you got Alan Gowling, Franny Lee, Peter Beardsley had a few seasons in Bolton, you know. I've had some great players over the years. Kevin Nolan, Kevin Davis, you know, two great players. So there's a long list, but I think them are my main ones.
I'm surprised you've not got John Mack in there, though.
Maybe a bit of an early sub.
I'll tell you my early hero, and he was awful, Stuart Storer. I don't know. I think Chippy might remember Stuart Storer. I don't know.
Yeah, the name it rings a
played
bell.
From about 88 to 1990 for us, and he was a winger, and he used to run it out every time. He used to do brilliant, get it, and then he couldn't whip it over. But I don't think he's in football now. But he was one of my early heroes, Stuart Storer.
Tell you what, though, Roy, like I forgot about quite a few there, like Alan Thompson, what a player he was, and Alan Stubbs as well.
Stubbs, like I say, they made it. They set everything off, you know what I mean? And yeah, we've had some absolute crap at Bolton, but yeah, that they were my top ones.
I did one just from the outside looking in, and I went with Jääskeläinen, Hierro, Bergson, Gardner. I had them in like a back three. I don't know if they all defence. And then I went 4 in midfield. Nolan, JJ, Speed, and Campo, and I had 3 up front: Anelka, Djorkaeff, and Davis.
Great team.
Not too far off.
We're not too far away, are we? Really, you know what I mean? So yeah,
enjoyed listening to your choices. They were really good.
Nice one.
Even yours, Lewis. I was quite impressed with your Bolton knowledge.
Well, he's half Bolton, isn't he, Lewis? You know what I mean? Yeah. He's on the board, isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah. Bless him. Okay, so before we go, we've got another community question. Again, this is from Steve, and he wants to know, Roy, is now the best time to be releasing Shed Project music, or would Roy prefer to be doing it in another era?
That's a good question.
I think if I was 16, 17 doing this now I wouldn't be able to write about what I'm writing about now, if you know what I mean. But I think if the Shed Project were releasing music in 89, 90, 91, I think I'd be sat on a yacht now. I really do.
Yeah.
Because we would have just fit right into it, you know what I mean, with our personalities and how we are. But yeah, I have no regrets about coming into it like I have, not at all. But I do feel very, very strongly there's some sort of vendetta against us with certain DJs, certain organisations, and festivals. We're trying to get on every festival going, and we're just getting knocked back. You know what I mean? And it's just a shitty industry we're in. But we'll just keep trying, keep knocking on the doors, and keep selling out our own gigs before they have to take us on. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So all you can do, mate, just continue the way you're doing. Well, obviously, mate, you've got a decent fan base. You're selling out everywhere that you go. So why are you constantly getting ignored, like for the what I want to call like the bigger festivals, the bigger venues, or whatever you want to call them? It's yeah, don't get it.
Don't massage. Am I outspoken? Not really. I'll just say how it is. You know what I mean? If I say something wrong, I'll hold my hands up and that's it. You know what I mean? I'm a bit too honest for my own good, but that shouldn't deter from the quality of the music and the quality of us live and the following we've got. So
yeah.
I've got the blues to Sally at the Songbird to do this time. Instead of me doing all the work this time, I'm going to give it to Sally and see what response we get off these certain people when we PR company behind us. So will it change? Who knows? You know.
Who knows? Yeah, maybe it's time for you to try something a little bit different, mate. Not so much different, but like just a little bit of added help.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's why I've done it. And if a tune can't, like I've got the blues, can't get played off some like John Kennedy, there's something wrong. There's something.
Yeah, I agree, man. Especially like the newer version you done. Like
the newer version of it, yeah.
It's I know, like you sent it me like the other week, and it is stunning. Really, I mean, I was a big fan of that tune anyway, but yeah, I don't know. There's just something about it. Like because she's got a really, really nice soft.
Well, we've kept the vocals pretty vulnerable to go with the tune. You know what I mean? I'm quite good at that. I did it on bedtime. You know what I mean? And I'd rather the vocals be raw than enhanced with artificial crap. And
yeah,
you know what I mean? Give it them raw. You know what I mean? I think it just pulls across the emotional lyrics better.
I'd say for me, it was the song of last year. Like it just hits you, and it's it's straight from the heart, straight from the soul.
I think we're going to get a great response, and we've been in with Tim. Obviously, we've changed our guitar player now, and Tim's an old mate from mine at school, and he's Shane's best mate, and he's just slotted right in. But then he's just brought on an army of tunes with him, and it's just like wow. And we've had a few sessions there, writing sessions, and it's brought us all on, and it's just going to get better and better. It's just going to get better and better.
Big up the Shed Army.
Big up the Shed Army. Big up the Chippy Army.
Duck and chips.
Duck and chips.
Duck and chips.
That should be the hashtag. That Duck and chips.
Yeah. We'll have that.
Duck chips and gravy.
Yeah, you got to have gravy, Northern. Got
to have the gravy. Yeah, man.
Also, Roy, I just want to ask you because we've been talking about football, and obviously you're beloved in terms of Bolton, but like you've had some of your tunes played there, haven't you, over the PA? I've seen it quite a few times.
Yeah, we've had Lucky Number play there constantly, and they played a few. And yeah, there's a guy called Ivan. He took over the DJing a couple of years ago, and he looks after. There's a new venue in Bolton called the Ramp. We supported the Jane Assembly there last year.
Oh yeah,
and he's to do with Right to Rome. He runs Right to Rome as well, the festival in Bolton. So we've kept him on the good side, and he's starting to. Well, actually, we're going for it Bolton. You know what I mean? To be at the match and then your tune comes on, it's something else.
Mad, isn't it?
Thanks to Ivan and thanks to the people at the club. It is a buzz. It's still a buzz when you tune on the radio now. You know what I mean? It's mad.
Yeah, it must be a similar thing as well when you're on the. I'm still calling it Twitter. I can't call it X. Like when you see people sharing your music and
Oh, I love it. Love it. Like I say, we've hated the people on Twitter, and that's our main platform, you know what I mean? I wouldn't have met you two otherwise, you know what I mean? And the friends I've met and, personal friends like yourselves now, it's just a mad, great community, isn't it? And
Yes,
long may it continue and people support each other.
Yeah. That's what it's all about at the end of the day, isn't it? And I
Yeah,
think,
yeah,
I think for the best part, most of them do, don't they? There's the odd one.
There's a lot of bands who I get begged off bands to share their stuff and things like that. And I'll share it even if I don't like it. But then when it comes to us releasing something, you don't hear from them. So they get crossed off the list then, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll help anybody out in life, and I'll give anyone a leg and a wing a band, you know what I mean? And even if I don't personally like the song, I'll still share it and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Because that's what it's all about, giving these, especially the young ones as well, because it's hard, isn't it? It's dog eat dog, isn't it?
It is, mate. Well, I'll tell you what, right? I've absolutely loved it. Love listening to you.
It's always a pleasure. Always a pleasure, lads.
Always, mate.
Yeah, it's fun.
Been an absolute pleasure. I think there's only really one way to end the show. I don't know if Lewis wants to add anything on to the end here before we wrap up.
It's been an absolute pleasure, Roy, and looking forward to the gigs coming up. Down the front, and I just know you're going to take the roof off the Phoenix Club yet again.
Well, like I say, we just saying it was the rehearsals have just been a dream. The last 3 weeks, it's just like. It's just mad. But they're more melodic now. The tunes. It's Tim's more of a Ma mixed with a Squire than it's mad. It's mad. You'll see anyway when we play. Yeah. So yeah, nice one.
Well, yeah, like I say, it's been an absolute pleasure. Roy. Always great chatting to you. And I think there's only one way to end the show, really, and that's with your pick. What would you like to end the show on then, Roy?
I'll have Weekend Millionaire, please, because we've all been there.
Yeah, great, Jim. Every weekend I'm a millionaire.
Cause you're a crazy guy and you don't care. You got nice clothes and